Hello, my name is Andrea Meter. I'm an occupational therapy grad student at Grand Valley State University, and I'm going to show you what I would include in my pediatric toolkit. The first item I would include in my toolkit are bubbles. Bubbles are a great item to have in your toolkit because they can include a variety of different skills, including visual skills as well as gross motor skills, depending on how your activity is structured. The next item I recommend having in a toolkit is a pair of child-sized scissors. Scissors are great for development of fine motor skills, as well as bilateral coordination of the upper extremities, as the children have to work both of their arms to manipulate the paper and the scissors to cut whatever they are trying to cut. The next item I recommend having in a pediatric toolkit is some sort of puzzle. Puzzles are great for visual perceptual skills as well as fine motor skills, as children have to use a pincer grasp to pick up the piece of puzzle on the ground and put it into the puzzle. It also can encourage upper extremity strength depending on the position you're having the child sit or lay in. I recommend the children being in a prone position on their tummies to then activate more of their upper extremity strength, while they have to be positioned more on their elbows and using their shoulders to keep them upright. The next item I would recommend having in a toolkit is some sort of clips. These are potato chip clips. They come in all different sorts of sizes, and the ones that are bigger may incorporate more fingers for more hand strength, while if you're using a smaller chip clip, it might be more isolated to like a pincer grasp. So you can work on different grasps by using different chip clips, and they are different strengths, so you may have to grade the activity based on the child's skills. You can also have an activity where the child has to pick up an item using the pincer grasp and put it somewhere, so you can have more of like a sorting activity, or you can simply have them putting it just in a bowl, but that would also include visual skills and maybe even visual perceptual skills. The next item I recommend having in your toolkit, Play-Doh. Play-Doh is a great item to have. It focuses on bilateral coordination. It can provide a sensory experience for the kids. You can also use other items with the Play-Doh. You can cut the Play-Doh. You can knead the Play-Doh with a lot of fine motor movements. Depending on how the activity is structured, you can put different items inside the Play-Doh where the children would have to pull it out, which could encourage muscular strength in their hands. So I highly recommend having Play-Doh in a toolkit. The next item I recommend having is colored duct tape. I have 2 sets of colored duct tape, but you can use any kind of colored duct tape or just duct tape in general. Duct tape can be used to either make a start-finish line if you're doing some sort of obstacle course, or you could also put an activity on the ground for the child to do, such as hopscotch, where that would encourage bilateral coordination, gross motor skill movement, and if you're using it in a group setting, you can encourage social skills. So duct tape is kind of great and handy to have, so you can make your own activity and put it on the ground, and it's great, and you just pick it up and throw it away. The next item I have in my toolkit are pipe cleaners with beads. Pipe cleaners and beads are for more of a threading and stringing activity, which develops the pincer grasp, as the children have to use their pincer grasp to pick up a bead as well as string it then onto the pipe cleaner. So it's a great fine motor skill activity for children to use, and you can also turn this activity into like a craft. You can have the children make like a bracelet or an ornament with it. So this is a great item to have in your pediatric toolkit. The next item I recommend having are colored popsicle sticks, or you can have regular popsicle sticks. These ones just happen to be colored. You can have them do a sorting activity, which can work on visual perceptual skills and visual skills, or you could have them also, if you're going to make a shape, you can have them mimic the shape, which would encourage visual perceptual skills. So I highly recommend using popsicle sticks in your toolkit. You can do a lot of different crafts with them, which would encourage fine motor skills, but it's a great activity tool to have. The last thing I would have in a pediatric toolkit is a phone of some sort, or something that has a timer device on it, or stopwatch. In therapy sessions, you may be using timing or stopwatch and trying to track how much time the activity is taking a child. That's a great tool to have handy. It's very portable, and you can take it anywhere, have it in your back pocket, have it on your desk, but it's always handy. You can also use YouTube videos in therapy. You can have the children do visual tracking activities on your phone, and you can watch their eyes as they're watching the screen. So there's really lots of different things you can do with a phone, or you can use a laptop, but a phone is a little more portable, so I highly recommend having a phone for use in your toolkit as well. Thank you so much for watching. Those are the different items I would have in my pediatric toolkit.